Yep.
Right. You let me know when we're live, hopefully. We should be
I mean,
live.
I think you are live.
Yeah.
Just as soon as you do it.
Oh my
But
god. Right, okay. Yes, we're a tiny bit early. I'm gonna let people filter in and stuff. Hopefully you guys can see me. Hopefully I've set everything up right. It feels like
that's the advert coming in.
oh good. It feels like way too long since we last did one of these, even though it has only been a month. So I'm hoping I've remembered how to set everything up.
Go, you're live now.
Yay, thank you very much. So, hi everybody, thank you so much for being here and for watching the stream. For those of you who are new, if there is anyone new, my name's Josh and my wife Yvonne is going to be reading out your comments and questions. Today we are going to be making an Ooze-Gryphon because you guys last time split directly into Team Ooze and Team Gryphon in terms of what you wanted to represent you, and we're really enthusiastic about both of those things being a part of today's stream. I put out a few polls on various places about what you wanted the topic of today's stream to be, whether it was going to be like creating a griffin using random amalgams of parts or making like some random ooze creature of some description. And initially, on those polls, you guys came back and said that it was, it was kind of like an even split. And then I did kind of like backup polls, and I think rather facetiously, you guys decided to make sure that it was an even balanced thing. So we're doing Ooze-Gryphons. I think it was Bronwyn Haller who suggested making Ooze-Gryphons as to appease both Team Ooze and Team Gryphon. So that's what we're going to make today. We're going to make an Ooze-Gryphon, which is going to be an interesting challenge. And before we get started with that, I just wanted to say, well, not only thank you for being here, but also thank you to all of my patrons for helping me and supporting me to do what it is that I do. Especially those of you at the Silver Archway and above, I believe it is. But I think it's all of you, actually. I think it's everybody that I thank in this stream. Either way, I've got a list of names here of people who I wanted to thank specifically, who this month are Steve Harrison, Tim Kleemer, Dan Waterman, Styrax, Colby Monroe, who I know is definitely in the chat today. Thank you very much, Colby. It's Just Avi, Sam Hickson, Brandon Kerr, Darth Caetana, Trevor Traub, Tamerling, Oliver Thorvald Mellock, AJ, Balthazar's Mysterious Menagerie,
I like that one.
which is that's new and that's a very cool name. Although I'm going to trip over that a lot, I'm sure. Diego Colorado, who sounds like a very, very cool cowboy. Matt Lichtenwalner, sorry, I got that wrong. They're the winner of the commission this month. I've yet to do, but I called them Lichtenwalner by accident last time as well. Ryan von Agier, Aldrin, Christian Palmer-Smith, Matthew Anderson, Nicholas Brown, Micah, Grant Train, Luke Kamek, Rory Gladstone, Yuda Jorge, Nicholas G. Silver, Duck Quack, George Punton, Napin Camo, Rose Celavy with 2 R's, Daniel Williams, Bronwyn Haller, Megan Myrick, George Punton, Inquisitor Thomas, Doombot9, Dean Root, Denny Scalf, Bootsy, Rappeltech, Janessa, Dominique Jolly, Max Copeland. I've already said Aldrin, have I? Yeah, some of these have been doubled up, unfortunately.
I'll double shout out for Aldrin.
Yeah, Aldrin, yeah, you're one of my moderators on Discord. So thank you, Aldrin. And Matthew Anderson, Nicholas Brown, Jacob Resler, I believe, is a new one on this list. Jared Moore, Damien, Ethan Dibby, Skyra Soul, Nathan Stratton, Amanda and Jake Westfall, Bartlegruff the Great, which makes me smile every time I read it, Braxton Hudson, Halfie Wolf, Peter Balfe, Max Schluter, Ryan H., Nicholas G. Silver, Raptor Dio, Jelly Pig, Duck Quack, I think I've already said as well, Brandon Wilkinson, Jonathan Foster, Benjamin Colburn, Yorick Beast, Nap in Camo, and Nicholas Bayer. So thank you so much for your support. And for helping me thank these guys as well, because without them we wouldn't actually have a stream, we wouldn't be able to do any of the stuff that we do. So thank you so much for your support. And I think it's time for us to try and make an Ooze-Gryphon, which is, I have some ideas in my head about how I can achieve this, but Griffins... Yeah, I mean, I've had a long time to think about it, thankfully. I think if this was just being sprung on me as a topic, that would be really, really difficult. But I do have some ideas. I think what we should do, though, is, because I like the whole participation, I like to hear what your thoughts are and what your ideas are, even though it usually tends to make horrific mutants. It's an Ooze-Gryphon. It's potentially going to be horrific anyway. Although there was some chat in the chat about making it a cute thing, which I think is going to be hard, but we can see. I want to hear parts, basically. I want to hear ideas for how am I going to do this? Let's say let's go up here, make a new layer for suggestions. So I think if we do what are the basic components of a griffin? We've got the bird part.
Moon rings, saying maybe a skeleton with slime.
Yes, that's pretty much what I was going to go for. I was going to go for the skeleton of a griffin housed within a semi-translucent sort of jelly, basically, with some other stuff floating around in there, maybe.
Ram is saying a gummy bear, but less bear and more bird.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Also, it'd be really menacing with it being quite a cute, nice, soft thing. I think there's always that kind of thing.
There's a lot of things coming in. Kobe says, my thoughts are to avoid horrific mutants to make it cute.
Okay.
E.S. Laval says an ooze that ate an undead griffin, which is cool.
That's very cool.
Jurassic Show says if you want cute, go with the kakapo for the bird part.
Kakapo. Let's have a little look here.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Fish says, slime monsters have to have a bone or skull floating in them somewhere, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
From an unlucky creature / adventurer. Yep, good call. Cute mutant or cutant, if you will.
A cutant, indeed. Good fusion there.
Cute, yeah.
Of course. Kakapo, very, very cute. I'm liking this a lot already.
Cabman says scaly beans or WoW slimes, World of Warcraft slimes.
Oh yeah, kind of. Slimes in World of Warcraft have kind of bones and things floating around in there. So I think that's definitely a good way of kind of showing a direction of where this creature is going to be.
Gummy bear with bones, yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of feel.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what we're going to go for. If you guys have any more suggestions of kind of skeletal parts to put into this creature, I think it's pretty much just a griffin's just a bird part and a kind of predatory part. So if you guys have any suggestions there's a bit of a delay in the chat between when you guys suggest things and when we get them, but I can kind of start loosely sketching out things while you guys think about some ideas of body parts. And I've got pins and needles in my foot, unfortunately.
That chair's not the best chair for streaming. It's creaking quite a bit there.
It does creak a lot. I've tried to fix it on numerous occasions using just a lot of WD-40, but I think it's just my butt. My big old butt is what's weighing it down.
He says could be a whim ring skull.
Oh, what? Sorry.
WYMRN.
Hold on. WYM.
RING. Whim ring.
Whim ring.
The problem with all these fantasy creatures is if someone has put a typo in, I'm just reading it going, that's just something I don't know.
I'm getting a town in England called Wimring. But I don't know.
Okay, so Kobe says hummingbirds. Maybe Ace can get back to us about what a Wimring is, or let me know if that was a typo. So hummingbirds. Catherine says there's not much of a delay for them, and they're in the middle of the woods, so that's good to know.
Oh, great.
Jurassic Show says you could go with the binturong for the mammal part.
Let's have a look at that. How am I spelling that?
BINTURONG.
Okay, Binturong. Oh, that's very cool. It's like a kind of, it's like if someone took a red panda and then threw it in a dustbin and kind of gave it Vietnam War flashbacks.
Oh, it does look quite haunted.
Yeah.
It's cute though.
Yeah, it's very cute.
A macaw head would be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Herbivorous bird head.
Mm-hmm.
Seal skulls because they look cool.
Oh.
A wormling, like a baby dragon.
Oh,
Sorry,
right. Okay. No worries. No worries.
Cameron says maybe some bird known for being pukey, like seabirds.
Oh yeah, okay. I can get behind that. I know what you mean. So kind of like something that's going to maybe like owl based in that case, because they do like throw up their food for their. Well, I mean, a lot of animals throw up their food for their young, but owls make.
Fish says binturongs everywhere unsubscribing from this channel.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Binturong fans. But.
Kobe says, for the feline part, what about the rusty spotted cat? It's a really tiny wild cat which weighs 0.8 to 1.6 kilograms.
Oh, what's that called? Sorry, a what?
Rusty spotted cat.
Rusty spotted cat.
Do you know?
Rusty spotted cat. Yeah.
Next time we stream it, I'll set up a second screen so that I can Google these things for you and.
Yeah, that'd be
Sure,
good.
yeah, save you having to stop what you're doing.
That's alright, it's nice to find out. Oh, that's so cute. That's them full size as well. Like that's. Oh my god, they're adorable. Yeah.
Gav says vomiting as a defense mechanism, perhaps like a gannet.
Oh, good. That's gross as hell. Thanks, I guess. Right, okay.
A hyena body would be cool, says that.
Oh, yeah, hyena
a bit more
sounds cool.
sickly looking. Everyone's going with the sick theme. Am I?
Yeah, are we going?
Is it the gelatinous?
I mean, it's a gross slime monster.
Okay.
It's going to be hard to make cute. I mean, a hyena is very good as well. Let's see if they have a particularly interesting skeleton.
Anime thoughts. It says, hello, I've been so busy with work, I've not been able to comment lately, but please know your videos are the best, and the only way I realise it's Monday anymore.
Same.
Monday always catches me off guard.
Yeah, hyena skeletons are pretty interesting.
Bram was saying a poto face, P-O-T-O-O.
Okay.
There's quite a lot of obscure bird choices coming in here. Photo and the kakar.
Oh, Poto. Potos are great. There's the ones that open their head like Pac-Man.
Yeah, that's a crazy bird. Yeah.
Yeah, they look awesome. Okay, that's very cool.
He says, I don't know, or they say, I don't know why evolution decided Potos should exist, but I'm glad that they do. Yeah.
Oh.
And Colby seconds that is the face. Yeah, that seems like.
Okay, yeah, okay, right, we'll do.
Poto cross hyena says yes.
Okay. I think that sounds like a good. Mix. I say we do that.
Yeah, do you want to just jump straight in and get cracking then?
Yeah, that sounds great, hon. So let's do.
We need to have a live stream where we make the ugliest monster. I feel like that's every live stream, guys, but.
Okay.
Who am I to judge?
Hyena. Okay, right. Okay, so they've actually got like quite a short little neck. So I might actually start my sketch again and kind of work with that. Let's see what a Potu skull looks like, because their heads are great. Like that's going to make a great little oozy thing. So Potu skull.
Are you getting results for that?
I am getting results for that. And I mean, surprise, surprise, for something with like a huge set of eyes, it's mostly just eye hole. So we'll see. Like, actually, some of it looks kind of menacing. I'm liking this. They're so cute and so weird. I love it.
Oh, Apocalyptic Moth has joined us as well.
Oh, hey, Apocalyptic Moth. I'm sorry, I'm not like distracted on my phone. I'm just looking up animal parts because that doesn't sound better.
Parts was a bad choice.
Yeah, animal
references.
References.
Drawing references.
Them. Okay, right. Okay, let's get this on the go. So,
maybe if we make an ugly thing, it will be cute. That seems likely with this stream. If we were really going for something ugly, it will turn cute.
I think so.
How does that bird have room for a brain?
I mean, same thing for Myrtle, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, I think she's discarded it, to be fair. But yeah, that's a lot of head, and not much room for a brain in there. Like, it's just eye. It's just purely eye. Okay, hang on. Right, so we've got. I don't even know what parts of the. This is the first time that I'm like looking at this, and I can't honestly tell you what anatomically is going on with this. Like, it's so distorted from how I would usually assume a skull would go. Like, there's all these little tiny fragments of bits and bobs. Like, like nostril, great, got that. But then it's also on the other side, and then the beak has this kind of like, it's almost like a hummingbirds have this great thing where they have like their tongues wrap around their skulls and are actually attached at the top, which is how they're able to use it like a proboscis, and it kind of looks a bit like that, I guess. But then Putos open their heads, like they have such open mouths, like how they Putos? What is it Putos? Patu. If anyone knows. Yeah. There you go. Okay, so that's a bit of what we've got there.
Colby says their brain is stored in their eyes.
Yeah.
Apparently they're a type of bird called a nightjar, which I've never heard of.
Okay, I need to remember that is all orbit. Right, there we go. So that's the skull. And then, what do the rest of your skeleton look like? Where's bones of you? What are you? How long is your neck? Skeleton. Patu skeleton. They're so weird. They're so cute and weird. I'm gonna have to include their eyes, I think, like floating around in the jelly a little bit, because the eyes make it like this huge eyeballs.
Without its eyes is not as recognisable.
Yeah. All right. We'll do a little bit of.
Who needs a brain when you have humans to feed you?
Yeah. Exactly. Myrtle's got it made. Right. Okay. So that's what we'll do roughly for the body. Okay, and now I need a hyena skeleton for reference. Hyena skeleton. But how are you guys all doing? Are you having a good time? I know Nico was saying that he is doing his exams right now and is absolutely knackered. But other than that, I hope you guys are doing well and feeling chilled out or accomplished.
Apocalyptic Moth is saying, how much money would you pay for a life-size model of your own skeleton?
Ooh. Well, I think like skeleton models in general are supposed to be like ridiculously expensive, aren't they? Because they're like, there's a lot that goes into modelling and anatomy.
Oh, are you thinking like a mini model, or are you talking about like a...
I was talking about like a full anatomical model, I guess.
Oh no, it's just life size, yeah.
Yeah, because they're like...
It would look quite cool in the office.
Yeah. Although it would also be a really grim reminder of your immortality to look at every day. So like, like at one point I'd be like, you know, that surely the amount of effort that would go into that, it's got to be worth like £1,000 or something, surely. But what I'd pay for it is probably a little bit less, because it would be so disturbing to see your
I don't think you would sleep at night knowing, like, having such a reminder of your own imminent death.
Yeah, exactly. Let's. What about you? What do you guys think that's worth? Also, I don't like. How is someone going to model that? Because if someone has to like open you up for that, I'm like hard pass.
Yorick is saying that he's doing okay and he's trying to resume his old speculative zoology project, which
Excellent.
sounds cool.
That sounds very cool.
Yeah, it always is. If you think about it, everyone already has a model of their own skeleton.
Yeah.
Bram says, I'm pretty sure actual human skeletons are cheaper than the handmade ones.
Oh, really?
I'm with you on that. Fish says, I'm not going to read it out word for word. I don't want us to get demonetized.
Right.
But pay money to be daily reminded of how effed up my spine is. Yeah.
Yeah.
If I could have one of me slouching over my computer, like in my eye line while I work, to remind me to sit up straight and stop like drifting closer and closer to the screen, that would be.
Yeah, this is what you're doing. Yeah. Okay, so a hyena's ribcage actually goes quite far back. Much more than I thought it would. It's like almost connecting to its pelvis, but not quite. It's much further back than... Actually, you know what? I haven't looked at... Funnily enough, I've not looked at many canine skeletons. And I know they're not like canines. They're their own genus, but like...
Apocalyptic Moth says over 60% of hyena cubs suffocate while being born.
Oh, really?
Sounds like a huge biological mistake there, doesn't it?
Definitely. I'm making this a little baby one so we can stick with the cute vibe if we're going down that route. And then it's the foot bones that I'm not super thrilled about. Oh, okay, and they've got like 4 little feetsies. I'll have to make that much smaller. This is a troublesome sketch, guys, but it'll be good. And how many? Yeah, so they've got the little.
Minring's asking what kind of wings you're gonna do.
That's a really good question. I think I'm interested to see what skeletal structures go into wings because I've never really looked into that too much. So, because I know like a swan's wings look just like kind of praying mantis limbs, basically, skeletally at least. But I don't know if that's all birds or not. So I will have a check, and if it looks like it's just going to be boring, then I'll leave them out and we'll just have slime wings. But if it looks cool, then I'll draw them. Let's get rid of the little suggestions box here. So we've got our rough bones there. We've got our soft bones here. Right, okay, let's see what Hooter. Oh no, actually, you know what? We'll just do a bird.
Apocalyptic Moth says, sorry, I just needed to curse someone else with this knowledge. That is always the thing when you find out something really horrific, you immediately have to pass it on to someone else to be like, please understand how messed up the world is with me.
Yeah. Okay, right. So, you know what? We can make this cool. Let's get this down to here. Make it a wee bit smaller. Because I want to include that pose as much as possible. Let's do a new layer. Oh, and save, actually, because I've been forgetting to do that. Start a new layer, and then we will actually draw these bones, I think. Wing bones, so I can resize them when I want to. Let's have a look.
York says, really wishing I had suggested an Andrew Sarchus.
Do you want to Google that? These here, and then how do we want these? Do we want these going down the way?
Oh, it's like a kind of weird sort of extinct mammal with a kind of very long snout.
Hmm.
It's pretty creepy looking.
It sounds cool. Yeah, let's do this. And then going into this first bend here. And then we've got the...
Oh, that might help with the cuteness aspect actually. Cobby says, I vote for impractically small wings.
Yeah, that does sound good. Okay, yeah, let's do that.
That would be not good for flying, yeah.
Yes. Okay, yeah, no, that sounds good. This is a pet creature, obviously. This is the Arcane Forge unofficial mascot. Let's do that. I'll have the little wings going up, and we'll have the radius and stuff here.
Yeah, has been seconded. Do you have any tips or anything for when you're drawing skeletons, especially when it's like a hybrid, something that you can't just look directly at an image of? Is there something that you...
So, I mean, I think the thing is, don't overburden yourself with stuff that nobody's going to look at is like a key thing for all drawings in general. Like, no one's going to spend too much time looking at certain connecting things, and also skeletons in general don't connect, otherwise we wouldn't need, you know, muscular structures at all. Sort of don't worry too much is like part one. Let me just start a new layer here and do slime sketch. I think also as well, like there's common features throughout all skeletons really. You're really drawing like just a human skeleton, but always like really weirdly deformed, and no matter what kind of creature you're drawing, basically. Yeah, I mean that's all I can. Yeah.
Okay. No, I just wondered if you had any like tricks that you sort of.
Yeah. I think like. I know, like the way that I draw is purely through like thinking of the shapes and mechanics of things, I guess. So it does kind of work out okay, thankfully, for this style.
Minring says, "How dare you? Myrtle is a mascot. Of course she is."
Oh, of course she is. Yeah, of course she is. What am I talking about? Sorry, Myrtle. She's actually being weirdly quiet.
So quiet too.
Yeah. So I decided to draw like a bit of a Potu's face over the top of the skeleton, and it is looking dorky as heck straight away, and I'm liking it. This is gonna be good. I might actually draw it with an open mouth. Yeah, this is gonna be a wonderful little dork. Let's do it. So let's see. It's basically just going to do like a balloon letter font over the top of this thing. This is a good suggestion, guys. Well done. Make it a little round boy.
Cav says, skeletons never look as angry as people depict them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, don't try and humanize them too much. It definitely is a good, definitely a good kind of key point there. Well done.
Oh my goodness, yeah, I've spotted the eyes that you've given it. Great, love it.
Thank you. I'll go for.
Yes, the Val says it's so stupid. I love him.
Yeah, this is. No, I thought this was going to look really, really confusing, but now I'm just like, this is absolutely the energy that this community brings. I like it.
I'm kind of glad it can't fly. I'm not sure how like an ooze would, fare flying through the air.
Yeah, I don't think that would really stop it though. I kind of get the idea that this creature would just like slam itself into windows and things like that, and generally make a nuisance of itself. I'll make it even rounder.
I definitely imagine he's one of those birds that, you know, sit on your window and they just like tap at their reflection over and over again.
Oh yeah, definitely. This is a weird one, guys. Is it squidgy enough though? That's the thing. Let's do this. Where am I? Command
I'm
G.
imagining the little sloop sounds it makes when it runs.
Oh yes, definitely. Right, hang on here. Let's.
Here it says, and here I thought the original Brain Stealer dragon design was derpy looking.
Let me just.
Yeah, do flying ooze drip? I think they would.
Yeah.
I think if you threw a jelly through the air, it would.
Definitely.
Well, it depends what speed, I suppose. If it's going slow enough, but the landing might be a bit tricky.
Yeah. Oh. Hang on here. Alright, I'm gonna shorten some of these limbs to make it a little bit more.
Good call, Kobe. We do need to come up with lore for this boy.
Yes, please. Who is he?
I'm suggesting that his name should be Drippy.
Drippy, yeah,
Drippy
great.
This slime boy definitely tries his best to fly and aims to please.
No.
Oh yeah, flies into your window, melts through your window.
Yeah, I'm getting like Boggle energy here. That it's like it wants to help. It wants to. Mm-hmm. It's just a corrosive ooze boy, so it's not very good at it. Oh, why am I getting so many? Oh, there you go. Right. Sorry. Sometimes Photoshop still confounds me, and I don't really know what I'm doing. But it was because I was holding this guy. No, hit undo. I was trying to deliberately squish that Photoshop to make a little fat boy. There you go. That's way more derpy. I love it. Right, okay. I love it. This might be my greatest creation.
Maybe we can just end the channel now.
Yeah, done. I'm not going to beat this. Do we want any like swords or like arrows and stuff sticking out of this little dumb boy?
I mean, I feel like you could have something that goes through to show the absolute cavity that where his brain should be.
Yes, yeah.
Well,
and
he's so cute.
I don't want him to be harmed, is the one thing. But at the same time, it might highlight the fact that he cannot be harmed because he is an ooze boy. I literally cannot picture something that more says to me the energy of the community. I'm so happy with this.
The derp power is overwhelming.
Yeah, exactly. I'm imagining it just makes a kind of like noise whenever it tries to speak.
Yeah.
Like it just gargles basically whenever it tries to speak to you.
If someone says a fork, that's quite fun.
A fork, yeah. Done. Deal.
Maybe it was an accident by a curious sorcerer who just said what would happen.
Yeah.
Magic accidents were definitely involved. And yes, Lavelle says, no, don't hurt Drippy.
I think Drippy having a little fork in there is fine. Because I think it's more of a.
You won't feel a thing.
Yeah, I feel like this is something that Drippy has decided to try and eat and has just got stuck in the ooze.
Yeah, maybe had a bit of cake on the end.
Yes, definitely.
Have a few human teeth floating around in there to add some suggestions of something horrific.
Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Goodness me. Oh, Drippy.
Colby says, so I have a wild idea for the lore since it's part hyena and part ooze.
Yeah.
What if it's somehow related to Jublex?
Oh, yeah?
And Yinoku?
Yeah, Yinogu is the...
some kind of rejected offspring.
Ooh. Yeah, that sounds cool. So, Juiblex, I'm never sure if it's Jubilex is how I've been pronouncing it, but I looked at it and it's like, it might be Juiblex. Juiblex? Either way. Juiblex is the god and I guess creator potentially of all oozes and slimes, and Yinogu is the I guess parent of all the gnolls, kind of. Hang
on, sorry, Steve Harrison's just joined us. It says that they're late. Steve, I would love for you to write down what you think is happening here before you scroll back and look.
Yes.
faces. I can just imagine it tried to eat the fork and just slammed its head onto the table.
Yes, that is 100% what happened. I love this guy. Definitely going in future campaigns.
It was too sweet to be a demon, so it was kicked out of the abyss.
Oh, yes.
What about orc tusks?
Ooh, yeah. Have some of them floating around.
Not
here.
smart enough to be evil. Yeah, it's definitely not smart enough.
Definitely not smart enough to be evil. Right. Okay. Wow. The eyes of the Puto are so human. This is gonna look like the most dorky thing in existence.
I feel like if your party accidentally dropped something and fed this would follow your party easily.
Oh, I don't think you get a choice. You like from now on have disadvantage on stealth checks because it's just like following you around.
No alignment because no thoughts.
Yes, exactly. There's not a thought behind those eyes.
So you're saying the Pota's eyes are human looking?
Yeah, aside from being bright yellow and therefore the least stealthy colour.
They're just circles of black, are they not?
Yeah, there's but they do contract, so they look in two completely different directions. I'm not even making that up.
Oh wow!
They look into like it's a derp bird basically, and I love it.
Kobe says I love the idea of a demon who's just too dumb to be evil.
Yeah, the potential's there. I feel like maybe kind of Hellboy style, this thing has the potential to be one of the deadliest creatures ever, but is a little dumb boy, a sweet innocent dumb boy. So it's like, is supposed to be the champion of pure evil or something, and has just ended up being just this little sweet dumb boy.
It follows you everywhere and it cannot be destroyed, and it follows one if the party members.
Yes.
Oh, I think I got cut off there. It follows one of the party members endlessly. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this is a curse.
So Steve's interpretation of it is, it looks like that piece of KFC no one wants to pick out of the bucket, like the sort of thing that you see that someone's photoshopped and put on Reddit. I love it already.
I'm so glad you do.
It's got a lot of that energy, yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously it's a Ooze-Gryphon, and we went with the Poto, or Potu, bird and hyena blend, and it is just the derpiest thing.
Yeah, just made a little derpy boy.
Oh, it could also have a rat skeleton floating in there. That's quite fun.
Oh, that's a really good idea.
So apparently there's a character in Moana called Heihei. Looked it up.
Yeah.
It is a cockerel with eyes that are very much quarter to quarter past.
Okay.
And they're saying that Drippy,
Yeah.
as this guy's going to be called officially,
Yes.
it definitely has a lot of Heihei. And apparently the spiritual siblings for sure, says yes, Laval.
Excellent. Okay, I need to watch that actually. But that sounds very cute.
Yeah, my friend Kat tells me that is like one of the very few children's films that is actually worth watching as an adult, even without a child.
There's plenty of children's films that are worth watching, but I understand the trepidation. Let's get a bit of slime going on in here.
Duckquack says Kirby vibes with insane levels of power, like a 2 intelligence creature that's just happy to be there.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be lucky if it gets a 2, but Drippy would be happy with that.
Yeah.
Getting some serious vibes of Heihei. Imagine some cultists going through the whole demon summoning ritual only for this boy to show up.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah.
I'm picturing like a kind of World of Warcraft, like Illidan level of edginess, like the kind of like, I've waited for 10,000 years for this ritual to be complete, and then suddenly it's just like little derpy boy comes out.
Apocalypse Moth also said to me, I suggest a tiny gelatinous cube named Roomba, which is
yes, you can.
I actually got 2 massive googly eyes to stick on our Roomba.
Yeah.
It's the best
Yes.
£5 I've ever spent in my life, because
Especially
it makes me happy every single time.
Yeah, and like Myrtle reacts to the Roomba as if it's a living thing, so like that's Myrtle's little like brother, I guess. That she cannot stand. It's very cute. Let's get a little bit more.
No, Myrtle can't understand why we aren't like fleeing and burning the house down when the Roombas starts.
Yeah.
She's just at like level 100, red alert, like the world is ending. That's it, yeah.
Oh. I'm liking this a lot. I was skeptical about little like Ooze-Gryphon, but
yeah, I was like, good luck in that.
just look at him. Look at how great he is.
He is brilliant.
Yeah. Well done. You've outdone yourselves, group. I feel like this is going to be like the tone set for our streams in future, though. Just like little derpy creatures.
Yeah, maybe we'll move away from the horrific abominations of the previous ones and then to just pure derp.
Yeah. Making the derpiest creature imaginable. I have a topic already for like next month's stream that people have been suggesting in the Discord channel, which out of interest, if you guys are interested in getting more out of Arcane Forge and meeting some more community members and you're not already on Discord, we have a really active and lovely Discord community, so you're very welcome to come and join us over there. There should be, in the description box, there should be a link tree that you can use to get on Discord, but if you can't find that, I'm sure someone will post a link to it in the chat as well. But yeah, it's very, very nice and active. There's lots of very friendly people there. Both Aldrin and Colby are moderators there, so they will take care of you. And I'm quite regularly on there as well. I do some sort of like impromptu miniature painting streams, I guess, on there sometimes when I'm just chilling out. And we do a lot of chat. So yeah, you're very welcome to join us. It's very, very nice. And yeah, it's definitely got the energy of exactly this little derpy creature, which I love. Because that's what this community feels like, apparently. A small derpy Puto. Puto? I can never get that right. But there we go. How you doing?
Alright,
some little gelatinous wings going on. What have we got going on?
Steve says, so this is an ooze that caught a griffin and melded with it somehow, or a distinct creature in its own right, which is a very good
good question.
Yeah, Colby says that's incredible, a reference to the demon. In the demonic tomes it's listed as the worst demon and people misinterpret what it means exactly.
Yeah, that's a really good idea. It's just bad at being a demon, guys.
Apocalypse Moss says, what do you think of a vampire who can only drink the blood of demons?
Ooh, that sounds really interesting and a good way to have a kind of like good
ethical vampire.
Yeah, that's a vegan vampire right there.
Kind of like Dexter vampire, only drinks people that are monsters that deserve it.
Yeah, totally. That's really cool. I like the sound of that. Is that one of your characters? Is that someone you're playing? Or?
Yeah, tell us more about that. Next time we should make a mind flayer puppy. That's really cute.
Oh, yeah. There wasn't enough mind to flay.
And Colby's saying, is that not intellect devourer?
I suppose so, yeah. But yeah, don't they? I can't remember. I even did a video on intellect devourers, and I can't quite remember what the lore is there. But it's close, isn't it?
Colby's just going to shout out for folks to hit the like button as well,
oh,
which
thank you
I
very
actually
much.
haven't done.
Excuse you.
There you go.
Excuse you. Thank you.
Oh no, I just took it off there.
You just took off the light.
No,
You're
I'm
sabotaging.
it back on.
Thank you. Thank you. My
Thanks,
own
guys.
wife. Thank you. This is such a little drippy boy. I love him. Trying to get some fizz going on. I'm just drawing like the oozy outline right now, and then I'm going to go and do the bones on like a separate layer I've got plans.
Okay, so is Drippy an ooze, undead, or a fiend?
Ooh.
And also, what is an Ooze-Gryphon?
Right. Okay.
Is it ooze that ate a griffin?
I like the idea of like. So I know Lolth has a lot of like hybrid demon creatures. There's like lots of them that are kind of, they have like lol in the name, and they're like parts of one demon and part of her own kind of like demonic experimentation and stuff. So I like the idea of like, I think it was Colby who said Yinogu and Driblex trying to make like the Harbinger, like this horrendous creature that's like a fusion of both of their two most malign powers, and together they just made this little drippy boy by accident, who has no discernible skills aside from being almost impervious to death. And that. And I think making this thing a fiend, technically, like a little happy friendly fiend, seems like a really, really great subversion of what it is to be a fiend. So I like that a lot. But I'm open to you guys and what you think, basically.
I'm intrigued by the fizz now. Like you said, you're making it fizzy.
I'm just thinking like gelatinous cubes are kind of like fizzy and they dissolve stuff. So I like the idea of him dissolving things. Hang on, let's actually go to this bit and do some fizzy stuff. There we go. And then if I go into another layer and do bones. Line work. Don't know why that amused me so much, but it did. Make sure to save. And then we can...
Minring says, we should follow the great tradition of D&D and make a giant brain monster, maybe a brain stingray.
Ooh. That sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Little floating brain.
Have you said what your next stream is?
So my next stream, there's a lot of comments in the Discord asking for someone, I can't remember exactly how it started. Someone suggested that there's this awesome Kickstarter that featured a lot of people trying to make medieval monsters into D&D monsters, like actual miniatures that you can have in game. And I've done that before with the Trasiorf, just looking at medieval art and then turning it into something for D&D. And I thought it would be really fun if we were to take a bunch of medieval images and turn them into D&D monsters, like kind of like speed round, like draw as many as you can in a couple hours, and try and make something weird out of them, basically, and or try and make it a bit more serious out of the weirdness that is medieval art. Maybe, I don't know, but it just seemed like a really fun challenge, and it seemed really interesting to look at some of these like medieval manuscripts and how derpy all the creatures were in that, like all these kind of like snails wearing armor and giant rabbits, and like things like the questing beast is something that I've been hoping to come up in a Monster Monday for a really long time. It's like a medieval creature that was like when people misinterpreted animals. So the questing beast was like, it was like the neck of a snake and the head of a cow and the body of a gazelle and all this like weird stuff. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's just someone trying to describe a giraffe. That kind of thing, but like drawing it as if that's like genuine seriousness, what this thing is supposed to look like, So things like that.
Steve says, perhaps this thing engulfs a creature and retains some of the structure of the creature to create a structure for itself, to move around more effectively, like a hermit crab in reverse. Instead of co-opting a shell for shelter, it uses the insides of a creature to create the structure for itself to enable it to move, perhaps.
That's a really cool idea. I like that a lot.
The medieval monster suggestion was from Yorix, his colleague.
Oh, okay, excellent. Yeah, no, that's a really, really good call.
Yorix, so they really want to see the medieval chameleon.
Oh yes, I can't remember what the artwork for that looked like, but it was menacing and peculiar. So I like the sound of it.
Misinterpreted whales are my absolute favourite.
Misinterpreted.
Giant
Oh yeah.
seaboard.
Yeah, that's super weird. But yeah, I think it just seems like a lot of fun. So if you guys have any particular things from medieval art that you think are really fun and you'd love to see like a sort of revitalized version, I guess, then make sure to leave that either in the Discord, I guess, or somewhere like that. It would be really fun.
I think those crazy, weird babies where they look like a little old man.
Yeah. What was the reasoning behind that again?
I think they weren't allowed to depict Christ.
Oh yeah.
In a lesser form.
Yeah, so he had to be like an adult, even in baby form. So.
Yeah, I think they just didn't want to insinuate that he was ever kind of less than. You know.
So instead,
maybe someone could give us the answer to that in the comments. I feel like it was something along those lines because I did look it up at one point because I was like, why couldn't they draw babies?
Yeah. It was an artistic choice.
Like wild animals, exotic animals, I get, right? If you've seen it once, or if you're someone who's known someone that's seen it once, describes it to you.
Yeah.
But babies are pretty universal.
Yeah. You've seen a baby.
Medieval scorpion as well, or even better, the medieval crocodiles that are rainbow coloured and could fly.
I'm sorry, what?
Says Yorick.
I think you've actually posted about this, Yorick.
Minring says, speaking of rest, can we do the Xixil from Spelljammer?
Ooh, I don't know.
Xixchil.
Sounds very cool. I like the sound of it. What is it? Do you want to describe it?
If you could tell us more about that, Minring. Cavan says, as far as medieval whales go, I like Iceland's Ilhilvili. We can have a look at that later.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Oh, Doc Quack's got to go. Only 4 hours last night. So thank you very much for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for being here. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll see you next time, hopefully.
Is going very well. Got a lot of repetitive spine bits to do, but otherwise it's looking wonderfully derpy. This is the kind of more menacing bit, I suppose, like the actual bones.
It'll be finding the balance between the two different layers to get the kind of derpiness, but also communicate that there is a skeleton in there.
Yeah, for sure. I want that to definitely be present.
Oh, here we go. Kobe says the reason the babies were so weird medieval because they didn't want to draw Jesus as baby-like, and then caught on with all other baby drawings.
I see. It seems like an odd thing. I feel like that's one of those things that people sat down and were like, yeah, well, we can't draw Jesus as anything other than like supernaturally brilliant. And then someone came in with the first drawing, and they were like, we have to kind of stick with this decision now. You know, like, there's definitely like a moment that passed. You know, when you have to like say something, but you can't bring yourself to do it, and you know that it's just going to ruin a lot of things for years to come. Like, this is going to be a problem if I don't speak up now, but I don't have the nerve to do it. You know, that kind of thing.
I think that's usually when you say, maybe we should workshop that a little bit.
Yeah. I don't think they had like board meetings and PR teams for for medieval paintings. Maybe, I don't know.
So we love the energy that this is
yeah.
We were just wondering if we could just dial down the creepy, just like 10%.
Yeah, maybe just like lose the beard. I don't know. Oh my goodness.
Apocalyptic moth, even. Are you planning on doing a stereotypical green ooze for Drippy? Or I feel like that would work well with the bone.
Yeah, for sure. I don't know. I've got like a nice little... So I've got a little colour palette up here.
Sorry, Bram says, damn, we gave baby Jesus rock hard abs. Oh
well. Yeah, I feel like that was, a bit too...
Oh, Cameron says, Elvili is a whole class of evil whales with like a dozen different types that range in size and abilities and appearance.
No way. That's cool.
Steve also votes for green.
Yeah.
Nicolay says good night, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for being here.
You'll see the weird end results later on tomorrow, maybe.
This strange little creature. Very excited about what Drippy's going to be like. Also, like, I cannot wait to put Drippy in a game.
Yeah. I feel like the colour palette you have in the corner there is maybe a little too like beautiful and serious for Drippy. I feel like almost a little more clown-like colours to get that kind of weird quirky personality across.
Yeah, we can definitely workshop it. Like I know those colours work well, so
I'll workshop that.
We can workshop the baby Jesus. This is the Gusaya.
I think something a bit more childish, primary colours rather than too like muted and sophisticated.
Yeah, for sure. We'll make him a little disgusting boy. Am I going to really draw all the bones in the feet? I'm not sure I can be bothered. Let's see. Hi.
Put some shoes on.
No. That's. I'm not sure I can get away with that. Let's see. How many foot bones you got? Oh, okay. They do have fewer foot bones. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. We'll just loosely rough them in because no one's really going to look at that. You've got your long boys.
So Cameron's saying to Moonring in reply to the aren't X chill. I'm going to go with that.
Yeah, it's the one that we always get.
Three keen.
Yeah.
Does that make more sense?
Yeah, the 3 keen. Oh, sorry, yeah. So 3 keen are sometimes playable, sometimes not, ant people with an extra set of limbs, and they communicate either telepathically in some editions or through scent, as ants and things do. And yeah, so I don't know how. I don't know much about Spelljammer. I just know the idea of it, really. I like the idea of it because I like Treasure Planet, the film, and it's basically just Treasure Planet but D&D. So that's as far as my knowledge really goes of it. But it's lovely and weird. So I don't know what they would be in relation to that.
Oh, sorry. I think when Nikolai was saying goodnight, everybody was actually saying hello, like rather than I sorry. We were going away. Sorry, Nikolai. So what's happening?
What is
just
happening?
Recap for anyone that's just joined recently.
We're making a really derpy Ooze-Gryphon. Enough said. No. So we're making a little Griffin skeleton ooze boy as a companion who's very, very derpy and very cute, despite being an Ooze-Gryphon. I don't really know if I can explain it better than that, but that's kind of what we're doing, because people couldn't decide whether they wanted an ooze or a griffin to be the topic of today's video, so we kind of just went for both.
We've got some good points being raised here. Colby says, I think Drippy's actual name should be something very serious and demonic, reflecting the intention / misinterpretation of him as a serious demon.
Yes.
And then, where did I see this? Yes, Laval says, I warn you, apprentice, do not summon Derpy, and it's spelled DHRYPPYE, for he is truly the worst amongst demons. And Bram says, gastric griffin of the 348th layer of the abyss, home of demons, also known as Drippy.
I love it. Bravo, the lot of you.
I always love the lore that you guys dream up for these things.
Yeah, it's always so wild and so good. Right, okay, that's some drippy bones, and there we go. Maybe get some shadows going on in that bit so we can tell a little bit more what's going on.
Drippy the Tormentor.
Drippy the Tormentor, yes, I love it. I love it. He is the worst in the best way.
Can he technically be a demon lord?
Yes, why not? Yeah. Maybe he has he's secretly like a challenge rating 20 creature, but just purely due to an inability to kill him. I quite like the idea of maybe having no, actually I will do it. I was like, should I have some broken bones in there, just floating around? But then I don't want to insinuate that he's been harmed. Nothing can harm Drippy.
I mean, if they're all floating kind of loose in there anyway, I feel like it doesn't matter if some things are dislocated or not.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
Really.
What are your thoughts in the chat?
What do you guys think is propelling Drippy? How much do the bones actually matter here?
Yeah.
Or is it just for aesthetic reasons?
Yeah. It's just pure mindless ooze. I love him though.
Oh, Talon has to leave. But thank you very much for joining us, and
thank you for being here.
Hopefully you'll get to catch up and see what Drippy looks like at the end.
Yes.
Oh, and last Bicycorn has joined us.
Oh, Biscuitcorn, I think.
Biscuitcorn.
Biscuitcorn is very active in the Discord.
Oh, thank you for joining us. Have I missed a lot? It's hyena crossed
Potu.
What?
Potu. Yeah.
Potu.
I think.
Dorky. Worst demon, but not in the way that you think.
Yes. Yeah.
You'll
love him. This is
the derpiest thing Josh has ever created.
Yes, he's a very, very derpy boy who is everyone's friend, but only through being a little derp, basically. Who's potentially a demon lord. The kind of hybrid creation of Yinogu and Joyblex that has turned into just this little sweet boy who's got almost no brain.
Caravan says attractive momentum drives Drippy. Yes, Laval says I feel like the bones do not matter much at all. Bram says the actual skeleton is just like taxidermy and just slides around unmoving. That's quite funny.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I like that.
Bobby says I wrote a character a while back who had a feature called unhelpful, which meant they could take the inverse of a help action and impose disadvantage on any player's skill checks. That's exactly what the Drippy needs.
Yes, 100% that.
I feel like there's a magical component that allows them to fly, but they can never land like normal birds. They just slam into their target.
Yes, I love that as well. Yeah. Just thud.
And last Biscuitcorn says I already love him.
Excellent. I'm so glad.
Does have a little bit of a kind of unicorn thing going on with this fork that's just jammed in here. Do you know that actually happened to my aunt? She actually had to fill that out in her work's health and safety book.
She got a fork in her head.
Yes, so somebody put a fork facing up in, this is such a convoluted thing, in her pencil holder. So she had a jar full of pencils on her desk with a fork up, and someone made her laugh, and she moved her head forward really fast when she was laughing, and it got wedged into, when she lifted her head up, it was attached to her.
Oh my god. How have I never heard this before?
I heard that, man.
No
way. God, yeah. And so she had to write in the health and safety book how she managed to get a fork wedged in her head. Anyway, that's a total sidetrack.
I love it. Oh my god, that's such a comedy skit.
Yeah, it sounds like too convoluted to be true.
Yeah.
Right. Icarus has joined us.
Oh, hey, Icarus.
4 AM on the dot. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you so much.
Right, let me see. Nikolai says, how about it uses psionic power to move?
Oh yeah, okay.
Cool. Cavman says the skeleton just floats around like fruit jelly as the slime itself slops and rolls heedlessly towards the most recent fixation.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. I feel like it should have disadvantage on like triggering all traps in the vicinity. Like, just is purely bad luck.
0 stealth.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely like negative stealth.
Yeah.
Steve says, I missed something earlier that has recently become unreasonably important to me, and it is this. Sorry.
Okay.
What's the fork all about?
Ah yes, yeah. I think Drippy got distracted by a very it looks like a cake fork. So I think that's like someone was eating some very important cake, maybe, and
all cake is very important.
All cake is very important. Yeah, of course. But I feel like, you know, that was someone eating like some royalties cake or something like that, and Drippy just like slammed into the window and devoured the whole thing. Maybe like a wedding cake or something. Seems like very Drippy adjacent.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. M14SRB says that fork is looking super mind controlling with that handle. Maybe the fork controls Drippy's intelligence.
Oh god.
Maybe the fork is a sentient being in that case.
Oh, maybe the fork's the thing that's holding him back. Maybe that's why he's so derpy. Like, he actually is like the harbinger of ultimate universal destruction, but the fork is in there just completely derpifying him.
Kobe says, like any demon, it feeds off pain and suffering, but the way it goes about it is just annoying people.
Yes.
Yeah, that's that kind of nilbog energy.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. I'm getting Myrtle vibes.
Apocalypsma says, Drippy was supposed to be evil. He was very hungry after being summoned, and the fork turned off his brain.
Yes. I love him. He's the dopiest little thing.
Stevenson, yes, I love that, but I'm not sure if that's from a comment or if that's something that you said about 30 seconds ago. But I think that's the mind controlling fork thing.
Yeah, mind controlling fork seems like a good call. I'm intrigued to see what you guys come up with. I think this may be one where I don't come up with the stats, but I'm intrigued to see what you guys come up with stats for him, you know?
M14 says, I mean, look at the handle, the enchanted gem of natural balance. If anyone removes the fork, Drippy can bring about the apocalypse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's perfect.
Yeah, I can see him begging for cake. Yeah, he's probably sitting on the table with the massive eyes,
yeah.
just drooling. Not unlike someone not too far away in Myrtle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
Or, yes, the file says, Drippy does not beg, Drippy crashes into the cake.
Yeah, I feel like that's one of the things as well, like all the nearby, like if you meet a demon or something like that with Drippy in its presence, then they will all appropriately be terrified. Like, has advantage on like intimidation checks against like angels and demons and other creatures that know the true power of Drippy. And I'm just surprised that Drippy is not destroying everything.
No more sword in the stone. It's all about the fork and Drippy now. It's all about the fork ideas, says Steve.
I love it. Do I draw that other leg? Yeah, I think I do, don't I, really? Head bones connected to the foreorc.
So yeah, we're on a bit of a drive with the channel. We're trying to get to 20k, guys. So if anyone's watching, if you watch regularly and you haven't subscribed to the channel, which we know about 50% of people that watch the channel don't subscribe, it actually really helps Josh and the algorithm and everything like that if Beast can. I was gonna say hit that like button, hit that subscribe
get
button,
your
but
proper
that's just
YouTuber on,
such
yeah.
like YouTuber language.
Hey guys, it's your boy Arcane here. Hey,
Smash that like button.
hey Forgers.
Forgers.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I won't go down that route. You're all safe.
M14 says, do demons grow or shrink with power levels?
Ooh.
The fork drippy would be like Cthulhu size?
Oh yeah, maybe, yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea. Absolutely terrifying little beast. Right, let's do a save. And then I'll make some shading for this little drippy boy. Ooh, that's the wrong thing. That was supposed to be grey, thank you very much. There we go. Do some deeper shades.
Yes, Laval says 2 separate stat sheets, one for fork drippy and the second for forkless drippy.
Yes, I'm intrigued.
YouTube's asking if I want to show her how you I probably like to mock this message saying subscribe to Josh or I will hurt you. Definitely show.
do not.
We're holding that.
While we obviously do not endorse hurting people, I'm also not going to stop you.
Oh, Cameron says, wait, you guys only have a 50% subscriber rate. Some of the other channels I catch every now and again have like a 70 to 80 unsubscribed watchers. So maybe 50%
Seriously?
subscribed is really good.
Oh, there you go. Okay, cool.
It's so hard to judge, isn't it? Because we don't know anyone else with a YouTube channel, so it's kind of hard to.
I need to ask more people.
Nikolai says, truly good slad stabbed it with the fork to make it dumb. Escaped in the material plane to throw a portal that appeared out of nowhere because it happened in limbo. When you do medieval art, can you draw medieval demons, please? Says Minring.
Yeah.
Who would win, a Katobo Pass or Questing Beast?
I don't know what powers the questing beast is supposed to have aside from being like just an unusual creature like a griffin or whatever. But a Catoblepas is like so deadly with its breath. Like that's surely got to be one of the deadliest creatures. I've not actually looked at the stat sheet for a Catoblepas. I own it, but I've not looked at it. But if they're as deadly as they're supposed to be in like real world mythology, that's like one whiff of its breath and you instantly die. So I'm like all money's on the Catoblepas, at least on my end here.
Where was I? Just seen Drippy with fork, 2 intelligence without 24 holder of knowledge.
Yes.
I actually like that. Actually, rather than the fork being the intelligence, that's what's stopping.
Yeah.
Maybe it was this really fearsome demon, got the fork stuck in his head and became Drippy.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's very cute.
All fiends flee my presence, angels quiver before me. I wander this barren earth, my steps level the mightiest cities as I look for the one thing that can quench my thirst for destruction. Cake. Says Bram.
The cake is not a lie.
Because could it not be a sophisticated tuning fork of the plains?
Oh.
Maybe from somewhere like heaven or a plane of law. But it was put there to stop Drippy from realising itself as an apocalyptic force.
Yes.
Will he chase a stick? Definitely.
Definitely will chase a stick. Why would he not?
Oh, Cabman says, to be fair, those are much larger channels, and I know some smaller channels that have pretty low subscription rates as well. Your is the highest I've heard.
Oh wow! Goodness
There
me!
you go.
Right, so we might be doing really well in
We've
that
got
case.
context there. Or something like, hell yes, now we have 50%.
Yeah. I can start bragging.
Yes, Laval says, I feel like Drippy would chase anything, at least temporarily.
Yes. There's no thoughts. There's no plans. There is only Drippy.
York is suggesting that a live stream could be done about a drawing of an epic fighting scene between monsters.
Mm-hmm. That sounds fun.
Next stream, forkless Drippy.
I'm not sure I have the power to convey forkless Drippy.
Maybe it's some sort of oracular power, and Juliex and Nogu fought over it, and the fork was placed there to deny them both from owning Drippy's powers by arrival.
Ooh, that sounds very cool. A kind of like a true stalemate type thing. Only Drippy can defeat the evil. No one can beat Drippy.
I love that that's the name that's stuck as well.
Oh yeah, no, instantly Drippy. He's Drippy. It's both a description of how he do and what he be.
Nikolai says, Upper Plains to tell it's the situation, and now they try to find it before it destroys a galaxy, while also making a pocket dimension to imprison it there forever. I'm talking about the good slad.
Right, okay. The good slad just made me think of like The Good Place as well, the TV show.
Colby says, Josh, I think it will benefit you to realise that even if you don't do the next stream, eventually you're going to have to draw forkless Drippy.
Yeah, maybe I'll just get like the most niche Monster Monday in existence. Will just be.
Says, I will ask if I win the commission raffle.
Okay.
I love the idea of Jubilex and Yinogu fighting a custody battle over this thing, says yes, Laval.
I think the fight is going to be like, no, you take it. No, you take it. This is no one wants Drippy. Drippy just is.
Steve Harrison said, I'd like to see a Monster Monday about Slad. They interest me quite a deal.
About slads, I've already done one about slads.
Oh.
So they're already about.
Oh yeah, because I just remember making a lot of slads.
Yeah, slads.
York says, which cryptid are you most looking forward to draw?
Ooh, so there's a bunch. I'm looking forward to Mothman a lot, actually. I think mostly because like there's like almost no moth to Mothman. It's mostly like owl and stuff. I think is going to be an interesting thing to draw. There's a few. There's like Nightwalkers seem like a fun thing to draw. What else? There's tons of them, to be honest. They're all so weird. I think I don't know. Yvonne, do you have any particularly favourite cryptids that you're looking forward to seeing?
I'm not sure. Have you got them planned yet? Or?
Not yet. I think because I'm going to put the Patreon poll up in the next couple of days. So Chupacabra actually is definitely going to be high on that list. Actually, of things I really want to draw. What about you?
I'm just wondering, like, does Nessie count as a?
Oh yeah, totally Nessie.
Because I was quite obsessed with Nessie when I was a kid. Whenever we drove past anything slightly bigger than a puddle, my parents would be like, "Look out for Nessie."
Would you say you were perhaps obsessive with Nessie? What? Would you say you were perhaps obsessive with Nessie?
I wouldn't put it like that. But yeah, if you want to put it like that. Alright, we've got some comments. Ooh. So I think we've got a new person joining us.
Oh, hello.
Griffin Crump, which is a great name.
Oh, Griffin Crump's been in before.
Oh, right.
Griffin Crump actually suggested the Griffin video a long time
Sorry,
ago.
Griffin. Sorry, trying to remember all the names.
There's a lot of names.
Let's see. Steve says, well, next Monster Monday comments are just going to be full of people saying, do forkless drippy.
And no new people will have any idea what the hell's going on.
Yes, Lapal says, I can see into the future and I see day 43 of asking for forkless drippy.
Yeah.
Minring says, I can't wait to see the Not Deer. I am looking forward to that as well. We were talking about that the other night.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool.
That the concept of the Not Deer is so freaky.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. There's a lot of really interesting ones. So we're gonna, I mean, if you guys have suggestions of cryptids, now is the time, because that's going to be the next poll that I put up, because I've got this month's videos kind of coming up, and then it's going to be, for those who don't know, instead of Inktober or a kind of, well, instead of Inktober, I'm basically going to do like a spooky month of Cryptober, where I'm going to do a few cryptid kind of Monster Monday style videos, basically. So I'm very excited about that, and I hope you will be as well.
A couple of suggestions for that.
Yeah.
Stingray demons. I don't know how to pronounce.
Yeah, that guy, the Devil Ray.
The Devil Ray.
That was the easy
I'm
version.
using the easy version.
Yeah.
Yorick says, I have my fingers crossed for the hot-headed naked ice borer.
Yeah, there's like a very particular. Yeah, no, don't worry. There's a very particular creature that Yorick is obsessed with. That's like a naked mole rat with like a kind of lump on its head.
I don't think I've ever seen Josh so giddy and like a 5-year-old. Then we went on holiday to a zoo. Well, on holiday.
Yeah.
And there was a glass cage. Glass terrarium of naked mole rats, and his face, it was like he went straight back to being 5 years old.
They looked exactly like they should.
The only photograph Josh took of the whole trip was this naked mole rat group.
If you'd seen how obscene they looked, you'd understand why I had to take photos, guys. So, sorry, not sorry.
Gabman says going to be doing October here.
October, yeah, that's good. Cool.
The bits ready, awesome. Any UK cryptids on your list? So.
Yeah, so I'm counting. Okay. So there's some folktale creatures that I'm desperate to do. There are 2 Japanese ones that I'm desperate to do, and there's 1 British one that I'm desperate to do. Aside from Nessie, who kind of British, Scottish.
Which one?
So I count Spring-Heeled Jack as a cryptid.
Yeah, cryptid.
I think so. So like cryptid doesn't necessarily mean monster. It's just like myth, legend, folklore kind of thing.
We've got the Beast of Bodmin Moor.
Beast of Bodmin Moor. The other 2 from Japanese kind of folklore rather than necessarily mythology, but folklore. That's kind of where I'm going with. If you would tell a story about it in school, that's kind of what I'm thinking of with cryptid, right? But Teke Teke and the Split Mouth Woman are 2 sort of yokai that I really want to cover, and I hope come up, because that would just be hella fun. Just seeing Drippy's eyes have come back in. I love that. Right, hang on. Let me just do
Bobby says to see all the UK cryptids are ghost dogs for some reason. That is quite true.
Yeah, very true. We got a lot of ghost dogs.
Yeah, I don't know, do selkies and kelpies and stuff like that count as cryptids, or they're more like...
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I feel like cryptids are a bit more modern.
Yeah, cryptids. I think the rule is like if you can tell a story about it.
Catherine has said it's been flagged for approval. Naked mole rats are like little old men that have just come out of the shower and don't care to get dressed, nor care that anyone will judge them for not doing so.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Minring saying, I think cryptid means an animal not onto science yet.
Oh, okay.
Icarus says, have you heard of the Quileutes? One of my favourites is a very creepy creature from Inuit mythology. That's one to look up for sure.
Yeah, sounds good.
And pukas as well.
Oh, pukas, yeah. I would say they're probably not a cryptid, mostly because I want to just do them as a Monster Monday in general. But yeah, they're very cool. So I just keep getting little glimpses of Drippy's many layers here. It makes me smile. So why do I try a different texture for Drippy's many drippenings?
Apparently, I'm looking up a list of UK cryptids. Apparently, there's one called the Bristol crocodile, and then underneath it says, "Or is it a log?"
Yeah, sounds about right.
It feels like if you make it dog-like and put Beast of in front of it, because there's Beast of Exeter as well as Beast of Bodmin Moor. But Bodmin Moor, just there's something about that that's just
the Beast of Bodmin Moor's a good one as well.
The alliteration and that just makes it fun to say.
Also, I remember growing up and like driving through the moors and my parents talking about the Beast of Bodmin Moor. Like that's a very visceral story that I was like told when I was growing up and stuff. So that's very fresh in the memory. It's like a first-hand account almost, you know. I mean, definitely not. I've not actually faced a beast, but you know what I mean.
Nikolai says, multi-elemental slime. If Drippy is angry, the target of its anger is going to become super sticky and deal 2d12 damage that the target is not immune to, and deal an extra d12 damage every other turn. That's pretty good.
That's cool.
Apparently Steve is saying there's the Rendlesham aliens for one. And mermaids along the coast.
Excellent.
If you want to see a really cool cryptid, look up the L7.
The L7?
Sibon. Sibon. I think you'll need to go through this chat and make a list.
Definitely. I think that's definitely going to have to happen.
Favourite cryptid is the tree octopus. I love the giant white soul bear from Alaskan cryptids. That's cool.
That sounds awesome.
Puka, Monster Monday, these words are accepted. I'd say Mary Lewis, but
the Jersey Devil is something else I really want to draw. I really want to draw the Jersey Devil because I've never seen a non-derpy version that's not also really muscular as well.
Is the Jersey Devil that murderer?
I don't think so. Jersey Devil's supposed to be like a big old goat boy, goat.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm thinking there's. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
it's not worth going into.
Yeah.
Yes, Laval says I'm dying laughing at boneless Drippy.
Yeah, boneless Drippy is where it's at. This is.
Drippy's ooze kind of looks like mashed potato or shepherd's pie, which I am really a fan of.
Yeah. Good old Drippy.
Cryptids do refer to animals whose existence or survival are disputed or unsubstantiated. Okay,
so maybe not folk tales then in that case, but just...
I feel like purple slime would look better than green.
Oh, okay. We can play around with some colours. That's going to be a fun bit next.
Griffin's Shepherd's Pie, The Revenge. What do you think about the Forgotten Realms MTG cards, by the way?
Oh yeah, so I've never actually played Magic the Gathering. I know that there's a lot of connections.
I was like, MTG.
I know there's a lot of connections, and I love the books that are coming out for D&D that kind of feature Magic the Gathering, kind of planes and settings and all this kind of stuff. It's a nice kind of match-up. I don't know. I don't know how it affects balance and stuff like that. I used to play Hearthstone quite a lot, and I know new cards always means oh man, is everything now really unbalanced and so on. So there's a chance that that's the kind of thing that players are having to deal with right now. But I just like the artwork. Usually, I love Magic the Gathering artwork. There's usually some really lovely artists and some really great concepts that come out in those. So that's as far as my knowledge and expertise goes on them, really. What are your thoughts on them? Do you think, do you play, and does it affect how you're going to be playing? Are you excited to collect them, or how do you feel about it? I think I'm not really the best source on that, actually, but I'd love to hear your thoughts if you know more about it.
Unfortunately, you've got a reminder to save from.
Thank you very much. Yeah, thank you. It's being saved right now.
Good stuff.
I appreciate that.
Good stuff.
Don't want to lose Drippy.
Not a cryptid, but this, for whatever reason, reminded me of the mythical beast that would be cool for a Monster Monday, the Capactly.
It doesn't ring a bell.
Zapactly? The primordial crocodile / fish / frog monster of Aztec mythology.
Oh, okay, yeah. I remember. I think I talked a tiny bit about that when I was doing Coatls, but I can't remember what I talked about entirely. It's been quite a while. But yeah, that sounds really cool. Any Aztec myths and things like that, I'd love to cover a bit more of.
Mindring says, have you ever heard of Skinwalker Ranch?
It rings a bell, definitely. I don't know. Is it like a particular story, or is it like something that's supposed to really exist? What's the deal? I definitely have heard that expression before.
The Yule Cat would be an option for a cryptid poll.
Yule Cat?
Yule Cat, not heard of that one. Let me see. Shall I quick Google?
Yeah, please.
The Yule Cat is a huge and vicious cat who lurks about the snowy countryside during Christmas time and eats people who have not received.
I was going to say, oh, cute. Oh, never mind.
Oh, where is it? I clicked that to get the rest of that sentence, and there's just got a big wall of text. So I'm guessing it eats people who have not been good. One of those. Good, are you not getting Christmas toys kind of thing? Maybe?
Yeah, maybe. How do I want to do this now, actually?
Zapactly is how you say that thing that I was trying to say. Zapactly. It has mouths on every joint. That.
Oh God.
We can hear Myrtle, I believe. Yeah, I think you can hear Myrtle. She's completely conked out, but she shuffles around every now and again. Just to remind us that she's here. She hasn't made too much noise. She's not got her number one fan Aldrin in the comments.
Oh yeah, she likes to make a lot of noise for Aldrin.
Are you going to colour the eyes differently, do you think?
I am, yeah. I'm trying to make them solid, and I realised that I shouldn't have put them on that layer.
Apocalypse Moth has got to go. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for being here.
I'm sure you'll see Drippy in his full and final form tomorrow.
Yes, definitely. Right, okay. Then I'm going to do layer, new layer. Ooh, no, wrong thing. Go back. Okay, there we go.
That looked a bit wrong when you crop the eyes out and put them further down.
Yeah, sorry, I was like putting them on a higher layer so that I can crop them out further and make them solid because they're about to become intangible for a second. So I can do this and do this. With a bit of right, here's my little texture brush. There we go, splotch. Get some splotches.
Ew, Drippy is a solid colour.
Yes, I love him. He's definitely, I think, my favourite thing that I've drawn. Just, he's so wonderfully derpy. I love it. This is new direction for the channel, guys. Derp.
Garrick saying, by the way, did you see the picture that I posted about those mammal Tetrasaurus in the dinosaur chat?
I don't know. It doesn't ring a bell. I'm not always on the Discord, so I don't actually catch everything. I drop in when I can, but the Discord's mostly for you guys. I just like to be there every now and again, so I may have missed that one, but I'll have a look through later on tonight and see if I can find it.
Nikolai says, I just had sorry, the conversation moved there. I suggest the Kasha for the yokai option as well. The channeled Storied did a video on them if you want more info.
Yeah, please.
Icar said, I just had an idea for a magic item, the Fork of Feeble Mind.
Oh.
A fork that casts Feeble Mind once on a creature you hit it with. And if you leave the fork on its head, then the spell stays. I like
Very
that a
cute.
lot.
I like it. Yes.
Pretty cool. Pretty apt.
Yeah. Good old Drippy.
Also, kind of like, maybe if it is the sort of fork of enfeeblement, you know, a bit like the story of the lion with the thorn in its paw, the demon version of Drippy might be very thankful and very loyal to you.
Yes.
For removing the fork for it. Skinwalker Ranch is a place in Utah where supposedly a lot of alien stuff happens.
Ooh.
That's a Wikipedia deep dive waiting to happen, I think.
Oh yeah. Very excited. Let's just do normal and then...
I always really like it when you get to this stage of your drawing where you're like trying out the different blending modes and stuff, and you get like, we get to see lots of different connotations of it. Yeah. Connotation versions of it.
Yeah. So I think I want to do normal. I want to increase the what am I calling this? I want to increase the saturation of that colour.
You Otoa says, with Fizzbang coming out soon, do you think we'll ever get something like a rainbow dragon?
I think so. Chromatic dragons, rainbow dragons are definitely going to happen at some point soon. I would be very surprised if we don't. It would be very fun. Let's invert. There we go. We'll get some overlay on that.
Yeah, I don't know who it was that mentioned about this creature like fetching a stick when if it's thrown earlier, but his whole body language is got that very like throw the stick, throw the stick, throw the stick sort of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
Griffin's asking like a hybrid of every chromatic or something.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's bound to be a thing, really. I would like to see it anyway. I think D&D kind of needs it needs a bit more personality with its dragons. Like I like how dragons I like how some dragons operate in D&D. I think they can definitely be made to be really fun, and I like the lore of dragons. I like their potential, basically. I think with them being in the title of the game, they're not quite as like amazingly fun as they could be, but they're not hard to kind of modify a little bit here and there to make them more fun in combat and stuff by adding like bloodied conditions and, you know, various ways that they can manipulate their powers and things like that. So I'm intrigued to see what Fizzbang's book does for dragons and like what that's does for their kind of like combat abilities maybe, or their lore and just like kind of general intrigue. I don't know, what are you guys like excited about for Fizzbangs, and have you seen any kind of preview content? Do you know much about what's inside?
I feel like I missed something with what is Fizzbang.
So Fizzbang is one of the sort of like legendary wizards of D&D who writes the various books So we've had like
Xanathar, like that.
Yeah, Xanathar's
So
Guide
it's
and all
a
this kind of
guide
stuff.
written from his point of view.
Yeah, specifically about dragons, and it's like one of the later books that usually gets made.
Sounds good.
So yeah, I'm very excited about that.
We'll be back in a second.
No worries, you take your time. I'm just fiddling about with some eye colours for Drippy. I think a nice bright orange, a bit like an actual Potu. You know what I mean. You know where I'm at. Let's do a multiply here. Oh my god, why does it look like that? Oh yeah, that's because I did the wrong thing. I did the wrong layer. I want to multiply that, and then I want to image, adjustment, hue and saturation, and I want to colorize these to be a little bit more interesting. So let's go for some lightness. Ooh, bright orange is nice. That looks really cool. Okay. I love him. I love him. Let's get some shine on the go. And I'm wondering if this is actually the right thing. Did I do that right? Yes, definitely not fully opaque. Oh, I do quite like seeing a bit more of his bones. Let's have a play around with some of these layers and see what we get. Let's see. I think having...
Oh, he's got pink eyes.
Yeah, kind of give him like bright orange eyes, but I'm playing
orange,
with some of the layers just to kind of like having a fiddle around. Maybe it's just normal. Maybe normal's what I want, but I want to just make him kind of more... Is that right? Maybe if I just make the colours a bit more vibrant even.
It looks like he has two mangles in the place of where his eyes are.
Yeah. Just a couple of grapefruits are thrown in.
Yeah. Oh, last biscuit corn's got to go.
Well, thank you for being here.
The finished Drippy. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much for being here. Let's see if I can... There we go. That looks great. And then I'll do some little shine on some bits, I think. And then that's pretty much him done, I'd wager. Shine.
Get you naming all your layers.
Oh yeah, always do. I like to know where things are going, because I get lost otherwise. Very, very lost indeed. Maybe I don't like that one so much.
Do you think that... I feel like those eyes would like wobble about because they look sort of heavier than everything else, so they would wobble about when it lands. It would sort of jiggle about in there.
Yeah, I definitely think
from side to side they kind of maybe swim round slightly delayed.
Oh, I definitely feel there's a lot of time with Drippy spent actually playing with his own eyeballs like they're a dog toy. Like you have to, no Drippy, there's your eyes kind of thing. Like stop eating your eyeballs. Even if he does swallow them, they end up just like popping back to where they're supposed to be.
Just back through that massive hole in its skull.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's Drippy pretty much done. I like Drippy as is. What do you think?
Are you asking me or are you?
Well, yeah, you and the chat, yeah, just yeah.
Yeah.
That's an Ooze-Gryphon to me. It's this very bizarre looking Ooze-Gryphon, but I like him. I think it works.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, congrats whoever it was that suggested Ooze-Gryphon to start with.
I think it was Bronwyn Hall to start off with, and then everyone else has really jumped on that ship. It's a good mix. Yeah, Ooze-Gryphon. Who'd have thunk? that's what we will be making today, really. But yeah, bravo guys, you come up with an absolutely fantastic concept here.
Griffin says I give him the Griffin seal of approval.
Oh, thank you very
Thank
much,
you very
Griffin.
much.
Yeah, I really appreciate that.
I like it. Sleek design. He's perfect. Thumbs up. Not overly complex, but very iconic. Looks cute. Oh my god, it meets the cute criteria.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, which is hard to do with like the bones of an animal, but we did it.
Not to be dramatic, but I would die for Drippy.
Oh, bless
Sign
you
me
guys.
up to Drip Cult.
Yes, Cult of Drippy. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being here and for helping me create Drippy the Ooze-Gryphon. I absolutely love him. I hope you use him in your campaigns. I don't know, like, should I make stats for this, or do you think? I mean, I could probably make stats for Drippy, unless you guys do. If you guys come up with some fun stats for Drippy, you let me know, and maybe I'll give it a go at some point. I still actually have last month's thing to put up on my website, which I've almost finished, but I had a few delays here and there, so I need to put our beautiful ooze up from last time. And yeah, thank you so much for joining me and for.
Just a reminder that we have a second live stream.
Oh yeah. So this month coming up. Not tomorrow, but the next day is the start of the new month. With Patreon, we hit one of our Patreon goals, which was £500 per month, which is absolutely amazing. So thank you very much for that. But the patrons unlocked magic item workshops as returning. I know they were very, very popular. But I couldn't quite dedicate the time to doing multiple videos like that, so we decided to make them live streams so we can create some magic items, some magic weapons, some magic armor, whatever it is, once a month. And I think I'm going to do that because I do these live streams as the final video of each month, and I think I will do this. I think I'll do the live stream on Friday the 10th or Friday the 17th, something like that. Mm-hmm. I'll have a look at the schedule and I'll make sure to post it in like the Discord and things like that. But one of them Fridays, I'll do a magic item workshop, and that will be unlocked in general. So that's something we're just going to do. So 2 live streams per month on top of all the normal videos that we do. So thank you so much for your support and for unlocking that, and we can get to do that. So that's really exciting. But until next time, which will probably be a Monster Monday, I believe, or it could be the next t-shirt. Either way, I need to check my calendar. But I'll see you very, very soon. It'll either be on Friday or it'll be next Monday. So thank you so much for joining me and for helping to create Drippy. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful adventure this week if you're playing D&D. And until I see you next time, happy monster hunting. Bye, guys.